Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to week 3 of District of the Dead. I finally have a name for the game. Perfect. So yeah, first off, the game name is going to be District of the Dead, and yeah, we're going to get into some new things here. I've done a lot of things this week, as you can see just from just looking at the screen here. We have I made a basic intro screen here. So instead of it being blank for the other games, I thought, hey, let's just make something simple. So yeah, I have this simple little intro screen, and I think it's pretty good for like being made in like 50 minutes or something. So uh, so new things. I actually made a document for this for once. Normally I would just freestyle this, which I'm probably gonna do 50% anyhow. But yeah, so new name, District of the Dead. I thought it was a good name because And honestly, it just sounds good. That's really the thing there. I wanted the first to be called like Dead Zone or something, but I was just looking at like what popular games have the name of Dead Zone, and there was something for that. And then I went through like different types of games, and I landed on District of the Dead. Yes. So intro screen. That's another thing new there. If we press start now, let's see. So what we have done here is actually, if we go into the barracks, I've made a couple of new little objects here. Let's just add a party of people here. So the ammo box, I just added it as a, whenever you start the game, you get one box of ammunition here. This is now used in the game. So if one of your characters wants to actually reload their weapon, they need to look inside their inventories and find, in this case, 9mm box of ammunition. This one you see it has 10 clips. I'm not sure if it's clips or magazines. I'll have to look that up. But the thing is that. So I'll show it later when we get into the main game there. So yeah, you have to reload you have to have the actual ammunition boxes to be able to reload in the game now. So I've added that as a part of the game. Before they just reloaded as soon as they needed to. But I've added the resource for that. I've also added we can't see it now, but I'll show that later in the game as well. I should really add some debug tools here, but that's for later. Uh, I've also added like one for every resource up here. Uh, and I've also I finished this today, the scrapyard. So the scrapyard is pretty much the same system as the shop in the other game. I just redid it, and I did it a little bit more. I kind of went through my entire inventory system and just made sure I just kind of made it more flexible and better in all ways because it was kind of weirdly built, but now it's built in a better way. But yeah, this is where you drop items. Let's just say I'm not going to drop this one because it will get deleted. But you would pick up the item and then drop it over here to get the resources here. Hopefully when we get in the game, I'll get a little bit of resources and I can show you guys. Or you can press the salvage all, which looks through this window. I'm going to make it look through these as well. And then they just take away everything marked as resource. I'll show you that later. And it just instantly salvages all that. Currently, there's no use for salvage, but that's something for probably going to have another type of building here somewhere, which is going to be more of a like upgrading system. For example, you might like now in the beginning with the barracks, there's only grunts here, so maybe you need barracks level 2, and then you can upgrade them one step. Command post, currently if you press that, you go into a mission. That's going to be like a map where you choose which district you want to go to. Maybe that unlocks like more stuff there. Maybe I'll make the inventories like not as big for the characters. So if you upgrade your barracks, you can have more stuff with you. Maybe I can add other buildings like barrack upgrades. There's a lot of things I could do with that. I'm not sure entirely how I'm going to do with it. Uh, but the main thing is that I've gotten this one to work here. Yes, and the new items done. So let's just jump into the game. We have Kevin, Bart, and Frederick. So if we press Command Code, we go into the game straight away. Instantly, you should be able to see some new things here. Yeah, the UI. So I've added portraits for every character here. This is I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep doing this, but uh, currently you see the characters over here. You can see their names. You can see their portrait about what they're doing, kind of. Uh, and then the HP bar, the amount of bullets in there. You see here Frederick fired, so he's 12 out of 30, and what type of ammo he has. And then we have the little box over here, which is the command box. So R would be reload. I'm going to have a description box when you hover over this, but for now I'm just adding the commands here. So if I press R right now, which is reload, nothing happens. So I need to actually have, let's see, who's Frederick? This one. Uh, if I press R right now, let's just first go into the inventory. You see we have 9mm box, which he uses. So if I press R right now, he starts to reload. So I've added the force reload button there, and we now have 9 clips. Oh, there you go. You can order them both to start reloading. This is good for because I noticed sometimes the characters had like one round left in the chamber before they continued here. So adding the force reload was a first thing I wanted to do. Another thing I've also wanted to do was, as you see the loot spots here, I added before it was only the crystals. I've added the little. It's the same one as if we actually go over here. You can see the big one over here. It's just a small one of those that just shows where the loot is. And yeah, I've added a lot of like little loot spots everywhere on the map, just to get something to game test more on. Yes, so that's the portraits. The commands, I said I've added the reload command, and I've also added the F1, 2, and 3. So if you see right now, before you can drag to select all the characters. You can also click to select instantly, but you can also press F1, F2, and F3. I see here that the little screen, the little circles are not arriving on it, but that is something that we'll have to get later. Oh, my cat's in the way. Get out of here. Not now. Yeah, so you can select your character. The movement works, but I don't see the circle. That's probably something simple as just instantiating it in the script there. So yes, let's see here. Loot marker expansion. Yep, that was something we had here. So let's just go ahead and loot a little bit. See if we can get some stuff from the scrapyard. Let's see here. Let's see. So this is F1. Let's just get these. I might add some markers above the characters to show them like a little, maybe an icon of what rank they are and stuff like that. Just to get it. I kind of wanted to be. Oh, looks like we got some plastic now, which is nice. As you can see here as well, you can see the plastic 100 on it. So that's something we can add to the. Oh, looks like a wave just spawned here as well. That's something I wanted to add as well. The little marker should show up like a alert wave incoming, and it's like a arrow pointing. That's probably how I'm going to do it. Oh, here's a good example here. As you can see here, Frederick is reloading, but Bart and Kevin are both on 8 and 6. So like that's really dangerous to have them on that in case of another wave. So I'll just press F1, reload, F2, reload, and they both reload. And we'll take Frederick and just start looting a bit here as well. But yeah, a little icon here. I wanted the game to be more arcade and not super realistic. I don't really care about the realistic part. I just want it to be more fun. That's actually one thing that I noticed in the when I was doing this game, or while I've been. Oh, there we go. But I'll show you after this. But the guns in this game, I when I first made them, I made them like really realistic in the entire in the way that how they worked. But if we actually, I'm just going to pause it. We're going to go back to the scrapyard later. If we go into the resources, prefabs, guns, so the MP5, I actually had it on a shooting rate of like 0.01, I think it was something like that. So I actually added like a 10%, no, like 100 times delay. so it's actually a lot slower than it normally would. But the problem with that was they would shoot every single bullet in like 2 seconds, which made your characters reload all the time. So I actually made every single bullet have a, or every single gun have a 100 times slower fire rate. Because the ones in real life are really fast. So for like just arcade, it's not realistic, or maybe it is, but some people don't hold the entire trigger exactly how they want to shoot all those 30 rounds. But that's something I just added for more arcadey stuff. Let's see here. So we go to the scrapyard. We got some this box of plastic here. That's the new items I've added. I've pretty much added like a box of wood, plastic, electronic scrap, water, and food. So what you do is you take this one and we would drag it over here. I kind of wanted to show the salvage all as well, but I'm just gonna, if you drag it here, and you've got 100 here. Same thing would happen, salvage all, they all disappear here. But there's currently nothing to do with these stats here. And I don't have any saving on all this yet, which is something I kind of want to do soon to be able to get the upgrade stuff going here. So yeah, that is most of the things I've been working. I've been working on a lot of small things like the rain, for example. You can see the lighting. Everything's dark now, but I didn't want it to be super dark, like you can't see anything at all. So I made it just kind of dark. Made some lighting to the stuff. Made the actually, let's just go in here again. I can show you. I've got two Owens. The little lamppost. You can see the lampposts everywhere here. So we've added some lighting to that stuff. I can see that these ones they don't do any shadows. I should probably add that as well. Yes, but yeah, that's what I have this week, and I look forward to next week. I got a lot of things going here. I got a really good streak this week with working on the game, and I hope to keep it going for the next week here. Yes, so that's this week. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week. Bye bye.